Alright, strides done. Shaking out the legs before tomorrow. Plan of action we'll talk through a little bit later, but nice little shakeout run. 30 minutes easy, 2 by 45 seconds at threshold, and then 3 sets of 100 meter strides, just to get that sort of spring in the legs and be ready to move at hopefully 4 minutes or sub 4 minute Ks tomorrow. But I'm excited. All right, I'm here to pick up the bib. Nice and flat, just one loop. It's exactly what you want. We are bib number 21675. One thing about wearing bibs, I mean, if you know me, you know I like to take my shirt off when I'm running, and you can't take your shirt off, and I sweat a lot, so my shirt ends up getting wet. So tomorrow we might have to place it on the leggings. You know, you work hard in the gym, you got to show it off. What I think is going to happen tomorrow, and how I'm going to attack it. This is a bit of a tune-up run for Sydney. Obviously not the main event, but we're I think it's about 3 months out now. So it's always good to see where you're at. It'll sort of set the pace that I'm going to be running at during my build up towards Sydney. So look, I'm not going to go and put a lot of pressure on myself tomorrow. I know that I definitely want to try and run sub 125, which I think is about a 401 or 402 average pace. But I've previously tried to do that and it did not end well. I went out a bit too hot and tried to hang on, and it just ended in me running at 430s and just like not really enjoying the experience. So tomorrow's more about enjoying the experience. Racing, of course, when we do things, you want to do them to the best of our ability, but at the same time, I don't want to put pressure on myself to run a certain time. If I go sub 125, I'll be stoked and over the moon. But it's always the bigger picture. Think about 3 months' time, the pace that I'm going to be running then, and obviously I'm going to have to do this twice. I think tomorrow I'm going to go out conservative. Try and run the first 5-ish Ks at probably about a 410, maybe a 405. Then once I get to 5 Ks, if I'm feeling good, I'll slowly start to drop down to around that 4 minute mark, and try and stay there till about 16-ish if I can. So I'll leave about 5 Ks to go when I start to really try to ramp things up. If it means that I have to drop 1935K, well, I've made my bed, I'm going to have to lie in it. I'd much rather treat it like that and finish the race strong and actually enjoy the race rather than red line at about the 12 to 14K mark and then just try and hold on for 8Ks, because it's just not going to happen. Yeah, so this is what I've got for breakfast. It is going to be 3 Weet-Bix, Paws protein yogurt, caramel sauce, and then 2 scoops of electrolytes, and also an energy drink that has beta-alanine in it. There's a lot of science to suggest that beta-alanine helps buffer against, that's what it looks like, just an honest breakfast, nothing special, nothing crazy, but there's a lot of science to suggest that beta-alanine helps buffer against lactic acid. Now, if my training has been going well, which it has, I shouldn't be experiencing lactic acid, especially not for the first 10 Ks anyway of this race. But my race plan today is to start off nice and moderate, build into the race, and then try to really push the last 8 to 8 Ks. Now, if you're running 3-minute 55 Ks, or hopefully a bit faster, for the last 5 Ks, there's going to be some lactate. So if that beta-alanine helps buffer against the onset of that lactate a little bit, or even delays the response, then why not?
Yeah. What did you just do?
We just ran a very big PB. No, I'm really happy with that. I think race plan executed perfectly. Probably could have actually pushed the pace maybe 2Ks earlier. I started going at about 6.5, with 6.5 to 7Ks to go. But 3:55 minute Ks felt comfortable. Like my heart rate was sitting at 161.
That's insane.
It just wasn't picking up. Like I just felt really, really good. So, I mean, you only know that at the end of the race. I PB'd my 10K in the last 10K. I think I almost PB'd my 5K in the last 5Ks. I just felt really, really good. I think the last kilometre, I'll have to look at it, but it was probably like maybe a 3:40 or 3:45. So
you were humming when I saw you.
Yeah, it was a really good race. To be honest, that is a flat track, and I think that potentially even a net downhill. There was a lot of downhill, but anyway, you take it. Like we've had some pretty bad ones recently. Like that Bunbury one was terrible. We got what we came for. I think it was close to an hour 24, maybe even an hour 23 in the hour 23 mark. So yeah, really, really happy.
How does that make you feel for Sydney?
Yeah, it's given me a lot of confidence. A lot of the research I've done says that if you can run a 1:26 half and a 19-minute 5K, you should be able to run sub 3. I mean, that's just like conjecture. Who knows? In saying that, that was 17 seconds per K faster than what I need to run in order to run a sub 3. So it is obviously double the distance, but I've got a lot of wiggle room to play with there.
And like
it is more hilly in Sydney, but 17 seconds per K is a lot. It's going to come down to nutrition. There's a lot that can affect a marathon, a lot more than a half. But stoked. The guy who I ran majority of that with, Tom, we're like training buddies. We always train together and run together. We're very similar pacing. He did really well there. That was his first half marathon, and I think he was about 30 seconds behind me. We ran most of it together, and he had like a bit of a gut problem. But he's doing Sydney too, so again, that just fills you with so much confidence, being able to have someone that you're going to run with, knowing that him and I are going to be pretty much exactly the same pace the whole way, and then we can just push each other along. Like I've got someone to run my long runs with some of that marathon pace in it. So that's really, really exciting. Plus some of my other mates, Lee and Sean, they're going pretty similar pacing wise. So there's going to be a crew of us. Hopefully we can all just stick together, get each other to the 30K mark, and then once you get past that 35K mark, like that's just how much you want it. That's just when it comes down to like mental. And let me tell you right now, I want it.